The Hegelian dialectic was a theory by German philosopher Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, which proposed that in order to get a society to accept something they would have initially rejected, there would have to be an antithesis, and eventually a synthesis. More commonly known today as problem, reaction, solution, the Hegelian dialectic is used, and has been used regularly in the past, to manipulate public opinion, start wars, or crises. The U.S. elections from 2016 up till today are a deeper example of how the Hegelian dialectic has been utilized. In 2016, Trump won the U.S. election fairly against Hillary Clinton. Many people praised him and his policies as the work of God, and sometimes even comparing him to Jesus. Not many can deny his first term was golden. He put an end to the war in Afghanistan and made sure no new ones were started. Enter 2020. A pandemic had spread worldwide, causing smaller business to shut down, creating fear, panic, and hysteria. Little did people realize that the pandemic was another Hegelian dialectic as well, to help build an even bigger one. After the pandemic was everywhere, mail-in ballot voting was issued by the U.S. government, which helped Joe Biden become the 46th U.S. president. The economy went to hell under Joe Biden. People did not agree with many of his policies, including the border, immigration, energy, and what should be in public schools. It was also clear, especially during the middle of his term, that Joe Biden should not have even been viable to be considered for president of the most powerful country on the planet. Many were angry, and they wanted their savior back. Fast forward to November of 2024, and the people had spoken. Donald Trump had won again. Things were going to go back to normal. The economy was going to thrive, and the border would be shut down. All except one thing. The Epstein files were not released. Sure, there have been a chunk of them now released, but quite heavily redacted. During this term, the man who was a man of peace is struggling to make a peace deal with Iran. Gas prices are high, along with food prices and houses. One could make the argument of it just his staff, that is incompetent. But if that's the case, why did he choose them to begin with? The ones who control Trump are the Rothschilds, Israel, and Elon Musk. Isn't it funny how everyone who is on Trump's side used to be a Democrat? How everyone who is making friends with Trump is now suddenly on his side? One possibility is that perhaps it is not the doing of Trump himself, but it is the string pullers who are making Trump do what they want him to do. We have heard Trump also talk about implantable microchips that could go under the skin and 6G technology. In other words, it is the digital ID in which the Bible warns us all about. There will be no freedom if the digital ID is placed into law. You will be told what to buy and how much of it you can buy, all in the name of efficiency. Trump winning the 2016 election was the thesis. The people needed true change, and then came Trump. Biden winning the 2020 election was the antithesis. Having used a plandemic and altering the votes of the people they knew, the majority of the public would be angry and demand justice. The 2024 election was the synthesis. Trump, having won again, eased the people for a little while, but little did they know what was coming.
Before we're all chipped?
Before we're all chipped. I know I'm not going to take an ID card, and nobody should take an ID card.